Oh, I was still in comments. I was still on his
But like, it's kind of like blowing up. You can't really, expect it not to do that.
Any other questions? All right! Let's move on to my favorite part. Next, Creative Commons. It helps us and possibly Hasbro.
No, what are you doing? Stop doing that. When you share your creativity, you're enabling people anywhere to use it, learn from it, and be inspired by it. Take the teacher who shapes young minds with work and wisdom from around the globe, and the artist who builds beauty of bits and pieces she finds online, and the writer whose stories use ideas and images crafted by people you've never even met. These people know that when you share your creative wealth, you can accomplish great things. They and millions of other people all around the planet are working together to build a richer, better, more vibrant culture using Creative Commons. To understand Creative Commons, you need to know a little bit about how copyright works. Did you know that when you create something, anything, from a photograph, song, a drawing, to a film, a story, you automatically own and all rights preserved copyright to that creativity? It's true. Copyright protects your creativity against uses you don't consent to. But sometimes full copyright is too restrictive. What about when you want all those millions and millions of people out there to use your work without the hassle of coming to you for permission? What if you want your work to be freely shared, reused, and built upon by the rest of the world? Luckily, there's an answer. Creative Commons. We provide free copyright licenses you can use to tell people exactly what parts of your copyright you're happy to give to the public. It's easy. It only takes a minute and it's totally free. Just come to our website and answer a few quick questions like, will you allow commercial uses of your work? And will you allow your work to be modified? Based on your answers, we'll give you a license that clearly communicates what people can and can't do with your creativity. You don't give up your copyright. You refine it so it works better for you. Welcome to a new world where collaboration matters. It didn't even exist just a few years ago, but now there are millions and millions of song, picture, video, and written works available to share, reuse, and remix, all for free. You want to work together? Then join the Commons. Creative Commons.
Sorry I had to make you watch the credits. I'm required by that license to give attribution when I show to the public.
So currently open up CCW where they're starting to create comments.
I'll be explaining that here. Stop spoiling the surprise.
It's not surprised when you posted already.
Oh.
Yeah, I did post it already, but I didn't know everyone was aware of it. Anyway, Rainbow-Dot Network uses this license to promote creativity on the internet and your culture. This helps artists and other creative people use what you make and turn it into something else. Hopefully for the better, because I know there's a lot of crap. In terms of OC ponies, donut stealer. Did you say that, please?
Someone that's stealing, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. This sort of thing doesn't become a problem. In fact, you should use the Creative Commons so that Casper can take your idea and use it for products instead, and your name gets fixed.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, it would be awesome. I thought of this last night. I'm like, well, wait a minute. This license doesn't restrict them from using it because they might get scared, that you might sue them because it's your character. It's the kind of thing that people like Disney want like to avoid. Who uses this license? You'd be surprised. Well, not Wikipedia, of course. DeviantArt actually offers this license to artists uploading their art.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and then YouTube started offering license, but of course they don't tell you unless you look through the settings only after you look through the video. Massachusetts Institute of Technology has something called open courses, which they give away courses for free for anybody to use, to learn and whatnot. The White House, although not as much as kind of getting started, it uses the Creative Commons in some of their photographs. Quite a good picture of a lot, you can modify that to however you like. Al Jazeera, it's a nice news agency, but from the Middle East, of course. I find it particularly interesting to see how they see it on their side. Has a whole collection of Creative Commons that they can use. That's enough. Why should I use Creative Commons in my OC? I don't want anybody to see it. Well, companies like Disney often reject OC ideas because they are afraid of being sued for copyright infringement. So, if you do submit, you are forced to sign away your rights and attribution. And let me tell you a story about this. I worked for the Disney store up in Queens when I did live in New York City. Very great place. I love the job. I had this guy, he came up to me with this big yellow envelope, right, with this huge script of what he wanted Disney to have. Policy dictates that when somebody does this, I have to close my ears, put it back, okay, stop, don't tell me, right? Let me go get some forms for you, we'll sign it away, and we'll mail it off to our department. So, now this guy was kind of, I could tell this guy was kind of a special guy in my meeting. He didn't understand the thing when I was trying to explain to him. He was like, well, look, if you submit this, you understand that you don't make any money. I was like, I don't care, I just want to make it. Okay, sign some forms, sign away his entire copyright. Kind of bad, huh? Then, forwarded later, and then he came back to me and he was terribly upset. All right, and my manager pretty much had to shoot him. All right, he was upset because Disney said that they couldn't use it. Okay. Now, where that script is now, it's probably sitting in a little vault somewhere that they cannot use for about 100 years. Why? Because copyright expires after 100 years, pretty much. The life of the author plus 100 years. Of course, who's going to live 100 years? Now, the theory is that I have with Hasbro and OC games, like my friend. So the theory is with CC and Hasbro is that when you release something to OC, when you release something to a common Creative Commons or you submit it over to Hasbro saying that, hey, this is a word that I want you to use, it's Creative Commons, etc., etc. The theory is that if you make it, or any fan fiction story that they can use, all right, and license it under CC with the ability to allow commercial works, Hasbro can make it into their own product as long as they attribute you. And of course, I was expecting a large screen with a small text at the bottom saying in small print on the back of the box.
What does it mean to be human if we don't have a shared culture? What does a shared culture mean if you can't share it?
It's only in the last 100 or 150 years or so that we've started tightly restricting how that culture gets used.
The internet enabled an infrastructure where anybody can participate without asking permission.
We have all these new technologies that allow people to express themselves, take control of their own creative impulses, but the laws get in the way.
Creative Commons is designed to save the world from failed sharing. People who actually want to share stuff, who put it up on the web because they want to share it on certain terms. So we wanted to create a simple way for creators to say to the world, here's the freedom that I want to run with my creative work. Here are the things you're allowed to do. Can I reproduce it? Can I copy it? Can I put it in my textbook? Can I use that photograph? Can I make a new version of it?
Creative Commons gives tools to creators to make a choice about copyright.
Creative Commons license can cover anything that copyright covers. Every license says, you need to give me attribution. I created this, give me credit for the work I did.
The basic choices are commercial use or not. Can you make derivative works, versions, adaptations, or not? And do you want me to have to share a line? So if I take your stuff, do I have to offer it to the next person under the same terms?
There's no requirement for you to do anything with your work other than what you want to do. You own the copyright. What we've done is given you the right to exercise your copyright in more ways more simply.
So the idea here is to enable that creative impulses that the technology turns loose and get the law out of the way.
The work of Creative Commons is really about laying the infrastructure groundwork for this new type of culture.
and the folk